it seems like there's been a lot of guys that have rolled in throughout games in your room. Have you seen the depth kind of continue to build, not only from camp, but just these first 3 games?
For sure. We got young guys stepping up, and, as the season goes on, that's something that you hope for. And they've shown that they can step up and be dependable, and that's what we're looking for. And it's good to see those guys step into those roles.
I know Tip had shared a story that Coach Lanier talked about someone swimming and ran into fog and kind of kept going. How much did that resonate with you guys as an offense to kind of maybe tie that into where you guys are at right now?
For sure. I think the biggest thing when you're handling adversity like this is, obviously it's just football and you see the win and the loss, but, we can look back in times in our life when individually, in the offense, the guys individually that we've handled adversity. And, we're all here for a reason. We're all in the same space, and we all persevered through whatever we got through in the past. So I think it's the same thing, just being intentional and, just persevering, swimming through the smoke, as Coach Lenny says.
I know you and Luke got very close very quickly when he got here. What's been your role this week with him, or do you just, Tip kind of indicated maybe he's a guy who can figure a lot out on his own. I guess just curious what your perspective is on that.
He can figure it out on his own, but, I think it's good for all of us to be there for each other, and I'm there for him if he needs me, and I know he's there for me, so that's good.
Is there Coach Lonnie talked on Monday about, one of the things you guys do Sunday, just after a game like against Penn State, we got to tell them, the why. Why did this happen? Because that gives you confidence. Are you a guy that on Sundays it can be a kind of an awkward, uncomfortable deal to do that film review, but if it seems like there's more, hey, let's get this diagnosed and figured out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think there's any good in avoiding the truth. So, whether I messed up, whoever messed up, we got to be honest with ourselves, and we got to learn to grow. And that's the biggest thing. Just take it for what it is and grow and be a better player, be a better person.
I mean, this is a real argument that you guys may have just played 3 conference champions or, teams that are going to be in contention for that. What can you guys take from a schedule like that's a difficult schedule of talented teams and apply it to the rest of the 9 games?
I think the biggest thing is, we respect all the opponents we play, but the biggest thing is, figuring out who we are, what our identity is, and, approaching every week, trying to be 1-0. That's the biggest thing. And as long as we stick together and keep working, I think we'll be all right.
And the coaches talked about everything's still in front of you type thing. Does that come up a lot tonight?
Sure.
All the goals you guys had at the start of the year are still there.
For sure. Obviously the emotions of losing, it doesn't just leave. And as competitors play any sport, it sits on you. But I think the biggest thing is being able to, like I said, approach where we went wrong and get back to work. And that's the biggest thing. And all we have is now and the future. So we just got to keep working right now, be here in the present, and see what we get from it.
Talk about that identity. Where are you at in that process offensively?
I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to be better for me, for my teammates. Whether I got to block, whether I got to go kick a ball, whatever it takes, put me on the field, put me in a position to succeed. I got to go do it and take advantage of my opportunities.
As a whole, though, where do you think the offense is at finding that identity?
Right there on the edge. It's a day-to-day process. We just got to come to practice every day with that same energy, that same chip on the shoulder, and we got to get it done.
What did you see from Luke today out on the field? Sorry if somebody already asked that.
He's back. We're all back. The energy's there, and we're excited for the opportunity this week.
How does his kind of nature help him, you think, bounce back from, a bad game, like what it was? He seems like a very motivated person to self-evaluate himself. Do you see that in him?
Yeah, he's very critical with himself, and he also has the ability to, bring guys with him. So I think this week is going to be big for us as far as bringing the energy day to day and, doing what we need to do to come out 1-0.